Billy, and I'm back for another video in my Wiccanarium video series. Let me get some out of your face. And today I'm at the Unity Church in New Braunfels, Texas. This is my family's church. It's the Unity Church of New Thought. It's kind of non-denominational, non-faith specific, although it's largely Christian. It's New Agey than anything else, which makes us feel quite at home here with the people. They're super nice, and we love them to death. So today at the Labyrinth, and I'm going to be doing a meditation because it is the beginning of the year, and I need to clean out, some of what's going on in the past year, and kind of clear that space for my plans moving forward into the new year. So I'm gonna step up here and I'm gonna turn you around. Alright, so what I do, and of course meditation is very individualized on what works for you, what you're comfortable with, and always feel free to change the meditations that I do in any way that makes you feel comfortable, because the meditation is to benefit you, and every person is different. So that in mind, the meditation that I like to do when using a labyrinth is, as I'm heading to the center of the labyrinth, I reflect on the past, and just anything that comes up in my mind, I've kind of run it over in my mind and try to work through it and understand it and how it has affected me, and how it maybe has changed me, or if it is something that needs to be worked on in the new year. And once I get to the center of the labyrinth, I kind of focus on where I am at present. What does my life look like right now? What's my mood? What things have been on my mind in the past 24 hours? And then on the way back out, I kind of focus on the future, leading on from the present, on things I need to work on, any journeys that I'm going to be taking, just anything within the next year that is really going to take up my time and energy, and kind of focus on that and what that's going to look like, what I need to plan for, any resources that I might need or savings that I need to save up for, and just kind of make plans for the coming year. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, when you get to the edge of the labyrinth, you want to ground and center. Okay, and grounding, actually, to begin with, we'll start with centering. Centering is closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing and kind of pulling your energy into your core and stabilizing it, holding it, feeling it. What does it feel like? Is there a color associated with it? Is there an emotion that is associated with it at this point in time. And I apologize, but I'm fighting a cold, so I will be coughing and sniffling. But you want to hold it right there in your core, kind of feel it behind your sternum. And then you're going to want to ground yourself. Feel the energy of the earth kind of hold you and stabilize you further. And feel that energy coming up through the ground and working through your body and going back down, connecting you to the earth. And knowing that anything that happens, you're going to be safe. Because you have Mother Earth that protecting you. And then once you've centered and once you've grounded, you can open your eyes and you can feel that your mental and emotional state is now been altered. You're calm. You're almost in a trance. And so you look down at the edge. I step on it and feel that this is a stepping off point of a journey. And know that it's going to take you that first step into the past year. And starting with the beginning of that year and going through all the things that have happened to you in that last year. Jobs, relationships, any hardships, any joys. And as you step off, you're going to take that first step of the journey through the last year. And step. For me, this last year has been one of kind of a year in waiting, because we're coming out of the pandemic of 2020. I was still receiving unemployment. I was not working because I could not wear a mask due to my suffocation phobia. And everyone was requiring you to wear a mask. So I spent probably the first half of that year not even being able to go into stores or gas stations or anything else because I could not wear a mask. That left me at home, isolated, kind of cut off from the outside social world of being with people other than family. I was able to go hike whenever I wanted to because I would be outside in nature. I didn't have to wear a mask. If somebody was coming, I could step off the trail and make sure that there was that 5 foot distance between us, 6 foot distance between us. For social distancing. And when the unemployment ran out, and I started looking for new jobs, most places had lifted the masking policy, but the places that I was working for still had not. So I looked for other work, and that was about the same time that our landlady refused to re-sign our lease in the house we were renting. Which forced us to move very suddenly. Luckily, the universe guided us to a brand new house that had just been built, and the landlady hadn't even closed the deal on it, purchasing it, and we were able to rent that house with no other applicants being considered, which was honestly a miracle. And we were able to move very quickly. We had surprise stimulus checks that we weren't planning on show up in our bank account, which helped us immensely. The universe truly took care of us in this time of change. And we are now in a better place than the place we were. Sometimes sudden changes in what you consider to be bad things turn out to be the best thing that could have happened to you. And that is the case with our new house. And I decided I wanted to try to get a seasonal job in Colorado. So I talked to my wife, and she kind of okayed it, thinking that we would be financially safe to do this. So I applied for a housekeeping position at YMCA of the Rockies, and I was accepted and offered the job. So I drove my truck to Colorado and had some misadventures with the truck. It broke down, but I got there safely, and I had a wonderful month in the mountains. I got to hike, I got to make new friends, I got to learn a new skill because I'd never done housekeeping before. And honestly, it was very rewarding, and it's something that I might possibly do again later on in life, and more seasonal work. I got to hike in Rocky Mountain National Park. I got to make new videos for my YouTube channel to grow my subscriber base. But sadly, the money was not enough, and I had to leave my assignment early and come home, and which more misadventures my truck broke again. And the whole experience was more trouble than it was worth at the time. Financially, emotionally, and mentally, I loved the experience, and I would not hesitate to do it again, given safer financial constraints. So I came home and I got a job at Amazon. I fought through the masking. I pulled it. I had to wear one, but I pulled it off my nose as much as I could so I wouldn't get that overwhelming panic that is associated with me wearing a mask with the suffocation phobia. But even so, most of the time I felt like I was on the verge of a panic attack. So eventually they lifted the mask policy, so I got to work without a mask. And I worked all through peak season until just now, because of the new variant of COVID ramping up. They've reinstated the masking policy. So I have applied for a medical accommodation. I've been assured that it will be denied because I'm able to only wear a face shield because it does not constrict my breathing and does not feel like I'm suffocating. But Amazon will not allow face shields. So I'm following procedures, but I've been told that it will not be approved once I submit all the required documentation, which means I will have to apply for a medical leave of absence at that point. And that will allow me to draw on my short-term disability, which is some sort of pay. It's not 100% of my paycheck, but I believe it's like 60 or 80%, because I did purchase the additional insurance that supplements the short and long-term disability, because I knew that this could be an eventuality, that something could arise where I would need this extra protection. I am looking for other jobs. I'm waiting to hear back for an interview with Lowe's as a merchandising service associate, basically stocking good price changes, aisle resets, and the like. It's a daytime job, it's full-time, and I can wear a face shield. I've already been assured that I can. And I'm also looking for remote jobs that I will be able to do, possibly. So I am still looking for some sort of employment I can do, given my restrictions. And in case Amazon doesn't work out. And I can be drawing short-term disability through Amazon, working at another job, and then when they lift the masking policies, I can go back to work for Amazon. And hopefully there won't be a conflict of interest between drawing that disability, short-term disability through Amazon, and working another job. I don't think they care if you have other income coming in, but it's going to be something that I'm going to have to look into. Now, we're moving into the center, and we have caught up to the present. So, what my life looks like at this point is I'm looking for work. I'm trying to get this medical accommodation sorted out and the short-term disability medical leave of absence sorted out. I was also denied my Social Security disability, which is something else I'm going to have to work out. Which means my through hike of the Appalachian Trail is on rocky ground at this point. I was hoping to hike the trail beginning mid-March of this coming year. That's where my life is right now. Me and my wife are at a solid place in our relationship right now. We've decided we're polyamorous. Because of our type of relationship and the restrictions within it, and mostly me, we're at a place now where we both can get our fulfillment and our happiness and share a lot more than we ever did before, with new friends, new intimates, and she's able to pursue a lot more of her her likes and her hobbies than she could before, and we are at a very happier place. So turning around and looking to the future, with my Social Security disability, I'm waiting to get the official document stating that I qualified, which should have been sent out this past September, but never did. My lawyers have assured me that they're going to get that taken care of, to get me a copy of it. Then we're going to make a decision whether we're going to appeal it, the decision, reapply, or if they just want to move on with another client. I'm also thinking about having my VA disability reevaluated and upgraded, because my back is really giving me problems. The day before yesterday, because I've been coughing, hurt so bad that I was barely able to walk, let alone stand up. It was that bad. I didn't have any loss of feeling or numbness or anything, but I had major lack of motor control. And the pain was just so intense that I could barely even stand up. I had to get back in bed. So my back still hurts a lot. I'm taking muscle relaxers and ibuprofen, and of course I'm taking Mucinex for my cold, my stuffiness, and my coughing, and I'm sucking on cough drops. So that is what is going to be happening this next year as far as that's concerned. Of course, I'm still looking for work. I'm looking for different side hustle type things that I can be doing to generate a passive income. So far, everything I've tried has been little to no help. I have been making some money, mostly through surveys and the like, through Facebook viewpoints and Google rewards and the achievement app, which is now Evidation. And usertesting.com, user testing jobs, evaluating websites. That's the main source of the funding that I've been getting. But I have been upgrading my Zazzle stores. I have made some sales. I haven't generated a check yet. But I think I'm supposed to be getting one here this month sometime. Like $48 or $50. And that's for basically 5 years of sales. Because I started the store in like 2016, and this will be the first check that I've actually gotten. But I am making new things all the time, and they have been selling. You know, I only get like $3 or $4 per sale usually, so it takes a while to add up to be able to get a check. I haven't made up enough money to get a check from hubpages.com for the articles that I've written. I do have a couple of more articles planned to write. So that's kind of where I am financially as far as jobs go. The other thing that was going to take up most of this next year was my Appalachian Trail through hike, which I wanted to start in mid-March, but now with my disability being denied, which was going to be my source of funding, the lump sum back check, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. My wife is talking about getting back into travel nursing, which will generate a lot more money, but she would be doing it before we decide to re-sign or not re-sign our lease. The other time that I was going to be able to do a through hike was if we didn't re-sign the lease and she went into travel nursing. You know, we wouldn't have rent and utility bills and everything else, so there would be that money that I could use to through hike. And of course I still have my VA disability check, which is basically $300 a month, which equals out to about $70 a week that I can use as a through hiking fund. Trying to do a through hike on that amount is not really feasible. I think it could possibly be done, but not easily. So I may not get to through hike this year. It may be the next year or even the year after that. I have been trying to revitalize my spirituality, so going forward I'm going to concentrate more fully on that. I've let my membership in the Magical Circle School lapse. I'm going to have to redo that. If I think I have the time to do it. If not, I'm going to be reading books on my own and studying and doing my own rituals and meditations on my own where my spirituality is concerned. I want to better define my spirituality because right now I basically consider myself an eclectic Celtic Wiccan spiritualist. I don't have a specific tradition. I just have a pantheon and a mode of belief. Because I am strongly anti-dogmatic. I think, and it's just a personal belief, but the worst thing to happen to spirituality has been organized religion. That's just me. I'm not forcing anybody else to view it as the same as I do. So I want to kind of define it more. Going forward, I want to also research and study how to build earthen structures, whether it's earth bag, earth brick, adobe, cob, or just like tiny houses. I'm gonna study that. I'm also gonna study more permaculture. I'm going to study alternative energy because there are ways that you can generate energy yourself. You don't have to have some licensed professional come out and do it for you. You can do it yourself on a small scale. Or possibly a large scale, depending on what you find out. But that would be in advance of, you know, kind of figuring out an intentional community. And there's so much more. It's fixing to get noisy because there's a train coming. That's coming up in this next year, but that's the high points. And I am coming to the end of the labyrinth. And as you get close to the end, you stop and realize that you've journeyed through the past, you've taken stock of your present, and you have kind of focused your energies and thoughts on what's coming up in the future year. And as you step on the rim, realize that this journey is at an end and you're leaving this sacred space, and you step out. And at this point, you can either recharge from the sun or moon or whenever you're doing your meditation, replenish your energies. Also pulling up from the earth, cycling through some of your negative energies and dispersing it outward from your body. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm speaking with my hands, which I shouldn't be doing with a camera. I'm sorry. But once you feel that you're revitalized and recharged, let go of the earth as you step away and realize that you are no longer grounded. You're centered but no longer grounded, and you can go about your day as you normally would. Let me turn you around. So I hope you enjoyed this little labyrinth meditation. Hopefully the video is not too long. And I know there was a lot of personalized information there, but I kind of wanted y'all to see what this meditation would look like from a personal perspective, of your personal perspective, of kind of going through your life like I did mine. And nothing that I've shared is anything I haven't shared in my other YouTube videos on my other channels. So I hope y'all enjoyed the meditation, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you found any worth or enjoyment in this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And oh, sorry. And while you're at it, go ahead and swipe that notification bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. And as always, if y'all are hikers or just like wild, crazy, kooky people, go ahead and check out my other YouTube channel, Gecko's Trails. So, that being said, y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. And always remember that you are loved and you are safe here in the Wiccanarium. I'm sending everybody positive energy for healing and for enlightenment and just for good days in the weeks and months to come. Y'all stay safe, and we will see you next time.